Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Daily Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Today, we're going to go through our live rates for some different programs, and then we're going to be talking about foreign national borrower loans. Give us just one moment here to go live on all the different platforms because we do stream this on the different platforms. So give us a moment here, but go ahead and drop a comment there in the chat as you tune in. We definitely appreciate it. Great topic here for today. So it looks like we're live on all the platforms. We'll go ahead and get started. What we'll do is we will take the chat off the screen for now, but go ahead and keep dropping comments there in the chat. You can also drop any questions you have in the chat as well as we go through the deep dive presentation here today. And Jose would be happy to answer any questions that pop up in the chat. So welcome, everyone. My name is Kyle Hershey. I'm the COO of the Mortgage Calculator, joined here by our president, Nick Hershey, and our CSO, Jose Gonzalez. We are a lender that specializes in non-QM loans. And what we do every morning at 11 a.m. Eastern on this show is go through our actual live mortgage rates for a few different programs. Then we do a deep dive into a different loan topic. And today's topic is going to be foreign national borrower loans. Now, we're very familiar with foreign national loans because we do specialize in non-QM loans, and we actually are based in South Florida, so it's a big market for it as well. So Jose will definitely use his expertise here shortly to give us some great examples of foreign national loans and some different rates. But first, we'll do what we do every morning, which is pull up our standard rates. So Nick, if you're ready, let's go ahead and look at today's rates and see what they're looking like.
Thank you. Definitely some more news in our favor, right? We love to hear that. So overall, a lot of good news for rates. They will continue to move down, it looks like. But today, not much movement yet today. We should continue to see them move a little bit. We will compare our standard programs. It is August 14th, just after 11 a.m. Eastern. So all our standard programs have their initial rate sheets for the morning here. We will compare the APR across the programs. If you'd like a full breakdown and itemized loan estimate with all of the fees itemized, please get with one of our team members. They'd be happy to send it for you. For the demo, as we do every day, we'll set up a standard scenario, a single family home, 500,000 purchase, 400,000 loan amount. That's 20% down, 80% loan to value, and a estimated 760 FICO credit score, and an estimated 40% debt to income ratio here for all these settings. Let's go ahead and share the rates for today. So first up, as always, the conventional 30-year conventional for a primary home. It's a typical option most people think when they think of a mortgage. Rates as low as 6.125 today. Final APR coming in at 6.428, and hopefully we see that continue to drop today. Now, if for any reason our customer doesn't qualify for conventional for any reason, typically the next option we want to present is an FHA option, which allows more leniency on credit issues, as well as a much higher debt-to-income ratio overall. However, it does require upfront and yearly mortgage insurance. Today comes in at 5.25 rate for FHA, final APR 6.193 with all of the fees and mortgage insurance. So notice if our customer qualifies for both, they may want to consider FHA if they're willing to do that mortgage insurance. And our customers that need to use it, definitely very comparable here to go with FHA if it is needed. Next up are VA options, only for our eligible vets and active service members. We did an episode on this earlier this week. Definitely some great options. The standard option here is coming in at a rate of 5.5 and final APR with all of the standard funding fee included, 5.810. So notice if our customer qualifies for VA, it's a much better option than FHA or conventional typically. So great option for our eligible vets and service members. And next up for our standard options and government options, USDA. That's only for properties in USDA eligible areas, the rural areas of the country. If the property is eligible and our borrower is eligible, these are good options to consider. USDA comes in today at 5.375, final APR 6.125 with all the fees. And if we compare that to FHA, as normal, USDA is a touch cheaper today. It's been kind of flip-flopping a little bit. And USDA is cheaper than conventional if our customers comparing. So if you're looking in those areas, definitely consider a USDA program. Now that rounds out the standard options that any bank or lender can have. But if our customer doesn't qualify with those, many banks or lenders would have to deny them. That's where we love to start with our 5,000 plus programs. First up here, 30-year fixed non-QM alt doc option. So if our customer doesn't qualify with tax returns, standard docs, needs to use alt docs such as bank statements, 1099s, P&Ls, etc., we have these options coming in today at 6.625 rate, final APR 6.964, and as usual, we're within about a half a point of conventional to switch to alt doc. So great option for our customers that need it, and we have thousands of options under this umbrella here. Now, our investors for investment properties, tons of flexibility with all of our alternative programs. First up, our non-QM alt doc for an investment property. Again, bank statement are similar today, coming in at 7.125 rate, final APR 7.479. And we'll compare that to our other investment property options. We have our conventional options today, no government options, so no USDA, FHA, or VA, but we do have our conventional here, coming in today at 6.875 rate, final APR 7.211, which is a touch cheaper than our alt doc option up there. But we always recommend our investors to compare our DSCR, our favorite programs, debt service coverage ratio, no income needed, no employment needed. We simply use the rents from the appraisal, the estimated rents, to determine a DSCR ratio. The estimated rents can cover the estimated expenses, aka the property will cash flow monthly. That is a ratio of 1 or higher. If for all the demos here, we put a ratio of 1.5 so we can see all of the options. For this first one here, we use a 3-year prepayment penalty, which is standard. Rates come in today 6.625, final APR 6.939, better than conventional, amazing. And we can add a 5-year prepay, sweeten the deal a little bit, rates as low as 6.5, final APR 6.798, again, better than conventional. And the final DSCR option here, a no prepayment penalty option. Some states do not allow it, so we do have those options available. 7.125 rate, final APR 7.479, and just a touch higher cost there than the conventional options. So most investors still choose a DSCR for the ease and flexibility, especially when it's within just a couple points there. And our 30-year fixed second mortgage options. These are great programs. A lot of our customers have a low rate first mortgage, but still need to get cash out. Typically, the only option they're looking at is a HELOC, which is variable and much higher rates. Now we have these cool fixed rate second mortgage programs for a primary home, coming in at 8.5 rate, final APR 8.944, much lower than a HELOC and not adjustable, obviously fixed. So great option for our customers. And these are non-QM programs, so they do allow bank statement or similar documentation. And for our investors, same program. HELOCs are even rarer for investors, so definitely a great option here. Rates as low as 9.875 to get cash out with the second mortgage. Final APR 10.093. So those are our standard options we go over every day. Let's go ahead and get into today's topic, our foreign national borrowers. So we do our live demo. Obviously, we're doing a standard, U.S. citizen in our standard scenario there. We're comparing programs. We don't get to change the citizenship type. So here we're going to have Jose go over the examples. Not all, but a few of our examples that we went over do allow foreign nationals. So first, Jose, let's define a foreign national. Everybody gets a little confused, and then let's check out the options, please.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Daily Mortgage Rates Live with the Mortgage Calculator. Yeah, let's define a little bit here who we're actually dealing with. Okay, foreign national borrower is not an ITIN borrower. And an ITIN borrower is not a foreign national borrower. A foreign national borrower lives permanently outside the U.S., does not get any of their income from the U.S. Always, if you're using income for the loan, has to be from their country of origin, is not required in most of the options, and definitely in all the options that I'm presenting today, is not required to have U.S.-based credit either, right? So those are key components. Cannot derive income from the U.S., no credit from the U.S. is needed, and cannot be permanently residing in the U.S. They're usually going to be a citizen of another country. There are cases, we do have options where they can have dual citizenship, U.S. and their country of origin, and as long as they maintain the permanent residence outside the U.S. and they have that citizenship, we can, and they don't have any type of income or any of the U.S.-based borrower criteria, then we could consider them a foreign national. An ITIN borrower, unlike the foreign national borrower, does require U.S.-based credit to qualify for the loan, does have to be residing permanently in the U.S., and does have to derive, if income is being used, does have to derive their income from inside the US. The only similarity between the I-10 borrower and the foreign national borrower is that neither of them has permanent residency status, nor is authorized to work in the US. If you do have the foreign national that is authorized to work in the US, and you're going to go full doc on them, then that would be a non-permanent resident alien. If they do have the visa that allows them to work, and if they have the U.S.-based credit, and if they are residing here permanently, then that would be a different type loan. They would be a non-permanent resident alien at that moment. So let me go ahead and share the options with you, because I do have 3 different options for you for the foreign national. We have DSCR, which is an investment always purchase. We have full doc investment, and we have full doc second home. Our first example here is the most popular option for our foreign nationals, because it does not require any income verification, no income letters, and in some of the options that we have doesn't even require any type of accountant letter to verify their primary housing expense, nor any of those matters. So here at 25% down, 75% LTV, our lowest cost option is 8.375 at a cost of a quarter point. And you can buy that down all the way to 7.375 at a cost of 3.475 points. So this is our 25% down DSCR option. Our 30% down, like to show this option because it does better the rates and the cost. So here, 8.125, an amazing DSCR rate, especially for a foreign national. Remember, no US-based credit here being used. We are actually offering a lender credit of 0.025 at that rate. Then you can buy it down all the way to 7.125 at a cost of 3.225. That is an amazing option and the most popular one for our foreign nationals. However, if they do want a little bit better rate, then and they have the income to support it via an income letter from their employer or from their accountant from their country of origin, then we can go full doc. However, you will note that the full doc option has a little bit higher rate. Reason you would probably go full doc as opposed to DSCR is if the DSCR of the property did not cover, then you would have to go full doc to qualify the borrower with their personal income as opposed to the property's rental income. 9.125 is our lowest cost option, and you can buy that down all the way to 8.25% for a 25% down for national full doc. Bet that some of you didn't know that a foreign national can actually buy full doc as a second home. Now remember, that's not every foreign national option allows it, but we do have the channels where we can submit as a second home. Keep in mind, for the second home purchase, you will not be able to use any type of investment income to qualify. And furthermore, never a prepayment penalty when it's a second home either, right? 9%, lowest cost option, almost at par. And you can buy that down to 8.25%. Again, you will note these rates are higher than the DSCR rate. So now our cash out refis, 70% is the maximum loan to value for a foreign national cash out refi. And here again, we're showing our favorite option, the most popular option, the DSCR cash out, always investment on the DSCR, remember. 8.375, an amazingly low rate at a 70% LTV for a foreign national borrower. Remember, we're qualifying these borrowers with no credit score, no credit requirements. No credit requirements in the U.S. Depending on the option, you may need to provide credit reference letters from their country of origin. 7.75 is our lowest rate option. And at a 65% loan to value, look at those rates. They do get substantially better. 8.375 is almost at par. And you can buy that down all the way to 7.125%. Oh my God, for the cash out refi. And our second home cash out refi at a 70%, 8.625 is our lowest cost option, costing a quarter point, and you can buy that down to 8%. And our last option is our full doc investment cash out at a 70%. 8.75 is our lowest cost option, costing a quarter point, and we can buy that down to 7.75%. So quite a few options there for foreign nationals, DSCR, investment, full doc, second home, full doc. Remember, those are the three paths that we can choose with our foreign national borrowers. But do remember that with our DSCR option, one of our DSCR options that we have, we do not require any accountant letter to verify primary housing expense. We do not require any credit reference letters either. And if they are not signing in the U.S., and since it is investment, they don't have to come sign here, and they don't. So, which means they would not even have to have a valid visa on their passport. They would need a valid passport, but they wouldn't need a valid visa if they are from a non-visa waiver country. And that's a detail that was holding back some foreign nationals from being able to obtain funding, because in many of the foreign national options, if they are from a non-visa waiver country, they have to have a valid visa, whether they are signing in the U.S. or not. So please do remember that we do have that great workaround for those foreign nationals that have not yet been able to update their passport with the current visa due to delays suffered during and after the pandemic at the U.S. Embassies and consulates worldwide.
All right. Okay, I don't see any questions. Yep, no questions. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Remember that we do this at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday, where we go through the live rates and then do a deep dive into a different topic. So we will see you all tomorrow with a new topic.